If you had no concept of what a car was, but you had a good understanding of mechanics, you could probably work out, based on its structure, what its main function is. And you could probably work out secondary functions as well, things like it's useful for storage, it plays the radio, you can sit in it, etc. Well, you can do the exact same thing with the human body. And if we look at our structure and the way that it's changed over the last few million years, the two movements that have driven that process are running and throwing. And that makes perfect sense because those are the only two things that humans are any good at. Over a distance of a marathon or longer, we're the fastest creatures on the planet. And we're the only animal on the planet that can throw with any kind of speed or accuracy. And this tells me that we should be prioritizing those movements in our physical practices if we're mainly concerned with performance or health. Now, if we think about the performance and health of your car, you're not going to be too worried about how well your radio functions if it can't get you from A to B. When the warning light goes up on the dashboard, you're not worried about your cup holders, you're worried about that primary function. Your body's the same. When it gives you that signal, when you're feeling in pain, it's because your primary function is compromised. The best way to deal with that is to address that function. Now, if you came to me for one-to-one training, or if you came to my natural movement class, that's exactly what we do. We focus on training your body in a way that's relevant to gait cycle and relevant to throwing. Unless you're a powerlifter or a strongman athlete, we're not going to focus on squats and deadlifts. Will we do them? Sure, your secondary functions are also important, but the priority is improving the primary function. Now, the great thing about this approach to training is that it's infinitely flexible. So you can set up training with this method in ways that can target anything that you want to achieve, whether that's fitness, movement efficiency, coordination, mobility, strength, even muscle growth. So even the strongman and powerlifting athletes that I'm able to work with on a one-to-one basis, when they go through these kind of protocols, usually only takes one or two exercises to really see how effective it can be at developing the human body. What happens to those athletes is that they start to feel better, they start to move better, and their lifts improve. So, if you're a human being, you qualify as someone who can benefit from this methodology. Like I said, it only takes one or two examples of exercises to really feel the difference. So if you're curious, please do get in touch. Find out about my natural movement class or book yourself in for a one-to-one taster session. Give your meat vehicle a service, get yourself out of pain, and get yourself moving better.